Welcome back to the Pipe and Tobacco Talk podcast. After an extended absence, which we'll talk about, we're back. It's episode 47. And Tim, you know what time it is. It's time for
the Prop 69 warning.
Well,
this podcast will expose the listener to offensive, insensitive, off-putting, and otherwise socially unacceptable language known to the state of California to cause cancer. To avoid injury, the sponsors recommend you grow a pair.
That away, Tim. We're back. So we haven't recorded for 2 weeks now, simply because I was moving. I am now officially Florida man.
Yeah.
I have got my Florida man hat on. I have my Florida man flag, and I have had bath salts for dinner. So we're good. We're ready to go. Ready to have a new episode.
Mike Murphy calls it the sweaty state.
Yeah, that's right. And it's relative humidity is about 110%. But I absolutely love it. It's, we're 10 minutes from the kids' house. So my daughter, son-in-law, and grandkids live just down the street. It's fantastic. So we're here in Florida. Start the new job tomorrow. So here we go.
Right. So will you be working from home again, or you have an office you're going to go to? Or
no, I will work from home. I will cover the southern states. So I'll cover Virginia to Florida, and then parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, all of Alabama, Mississippi. So
okay. So you'll be on the road sometime?
Yeah. In fact, next Sunday night, I will be on a plane to Houston. I'll be in Houston Monday and Tuesday, and then in Wisconsin Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then home Friday night. So more than likely, if we record next week, it'll be on Monday for episode 48. So
okay, good. So all your tobacco made it there undamaged?
No, Tim, it did not. And you'll notice that I'm not wearing headphones because they didn't make it either. In this particular move, there were 3 boxes missing from the move. 96 jars of tobacco were missing from the cellar. My headphones, some of the electronic gear, damn near every pipe cleaner I've owned, a bunch of sweatshirts that I packed. It was a terrible move. These guys were horrid. And I will slander them in front of every group of people I ever get. So,
do they know where your stuff is?
No,
it's just gone.
It's just gone.
Cool.
So
when they opened it up, did you have? It was full of boxes to the doors. When they opened it up, it was full of boxes, and the other half was migrants.
Yeah, about it. And I lost some of my premium booze too. They got my bottle of T.L. Pierce gin that Mike sent me from Japan, which I thought was, quite frankly, the finest gin I've ever tasted, and I'm not a gin guy. They got my Green Spot. They got my Red Breast. They got my Tullamore Dew. It's just brutal. The stuff that they stole was it's ridiculous. So.
Hey. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
You'll get. I'm going to be the first to help you rebuild, because as listeners would know, that we had the pipe show in Columbus over the weekend, and spent some time in the smoking tent, and our buddy Craig Herzog turned me on to some chimney smoke from the Gatlin Burlier. And I liked it so much, when I got home, I ordered a pound of it. So you'll be getting, when I get some, I'll turn around and I'll send you half. How's that?
No. Well, thank you. That's very thoughtful of you. Yeah. I have a ton of respect for Gatlin Burlier. They've done some really great stuff. And the next time I'm in Tennessee, which will probably be in the next 6 weeks, I will definitely be making a side quest to Gatlinburg to see Gatlin Burlier. So
yeah, good deal. Yeah. Well, look, it's just stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're where you want to be.
It's not like I don't have the capacity to replace the stuff or make more of some of the stuff they stole. It happens.
Yeah.
When you move, especially when you move across country, you expect some breakage, you expect some stuff to get damaged, you expect some stuff to go missing. But it was, kind of a painful thing for me.
Yeah.
So
To have it
because
not be
they only
there.
hit me, so all of Diane's stuff made it, all Alex's stuff made it. Just hey Jim, here's an FU. Have a nice day.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah. So
Well,
let's talk about the NASPC pipe show that you were at Friday and Saturday in Columbus. Tell me what the show's attendance was like. Tell me, give me some highlights. What happened?
well, you know what? It was a great show. I mean, uh, most everybody, vendors, pipe makers, all when I talked to them, all said they had a great show, and that's good to hear because you put a lot of effort. And people do some serious traveling to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so Friday night, the doors opened at 5, from 5 to 9, as they do, and it was packed on Friday night. Um, just a swarm of people, and probably of the 4 hours, I bet you it was 2.5 hours of pretty you know uh, consistent um, flow of people, and
Mm-hmm.
more than I've seen on a Friday night before. So that was nice. And then Saturday, um, we got a rush. Saturday, there were probably more people on Saturday because it was spread out over the 9 to 5 type time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But the crowd was never as heavy on Saturday as it was Friday night.
Okay.
Um, but that said, I mean, I had a great show. Made uh, new friends, met new customers, met a lot of existing customers. Um,
Excellent.
uh, it was just great to see everybody. Um,
Yeah. So tell me, I saw you had a picture with Chad Brinkman, which is excellent.
yeah, yeah, that's great. He came up to me and he said, "You know who I am?" I said, "No." He goes, "Chad Brinkman." I'm like, "You're a funny fucker."
did he like the pipe we sent him?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was very appreciative, and I asked him if he would like to be on the show. We could do a like a. You ever seen that thing on? Yeah, it's on the YouTube. Uh, there's this comedian. He's actually from Youngstown. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he's yeah. Now his name's going to escape me. It'll come to me. But anyway, Tony Hinchcliffe, and
No,
the
okay.
show's called Kill Tony. And Tony Hinchcliffe's one of these comedians that if he if he's never found a stereotype or a an aggrieved group that he wasn't willing to abuse in some way or another. He's just
Absolutely
hilarious as
torture.
hell.
Excellent.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
and you listen to his comedy show, and every 2 or 3 times during the show where what he says hits home to you, and you're like, hey,
Hey, that's a little
what
close,
you doing?
Tony.
What you doing? Everybody
There's
gets a
another
helping.
there's another group out there for you to offend. Come on, Tony.
So anyway, he has this uh, thing that's called Kill Tony, and they have a bunch of these comedians on there, and they get amateur comedians to come on and do. They get like I don't know a minute, maybe
Mm-hmm.
two, and they have to try to kill Tony, like make him laugh,
Mm-hmm.
and they just are brutal with these people. You know, um, they're not mean all the time, nasty, but if they get somebody that can make them laugh, man, they keep them on there and they get it rolling. So anyway, Chad Brinkman we could do a Kill Tony, because he's got enough material.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah,
And speaking of upcoming guests, we need to have Garrett and Katie on from Smoke Snacks, and I'm going to
yeah.
show you why. Hang on. So Garrett has been doing some engraving, and I'm holding up the PapaBear pipe tobacco tray and
Wow.
the PapaBear plaque, and those will be
Holy shit.
headed your way. I wanted to have them for the episode so I could show them off. And let's face
Wow.
it, last week I spent the whole week unpacking. And then he also made one for Emerson Southern
Wow.
Forged and Emerson Southern Forged. So
Oh, nice. Wow.
I
Thanks,
really
Garrett.
thought that was outstanding. When you look at the laser etching on the plaques, it's just fantastic work and just beautiful stuff. So we were going to have Katie and Garrett on before I left Colorado, but just some things that came up, and I wasn't available to do the show for 2 weeks. And we'll have them on here quickly. So we'll have Katie and Garrett, and we'll have Chad on, and we need to have Reed on, Reed Robertson. And we'll try to be sober for that episode.
Oh boy. Yeah. So can I back up? Well, first of all, Chad, great. Chad did all that, huh?
No, this was Katie and Garrett.
Katie and Garrett, rather, not Chad.
Yeah.
But geez, I'll send him a note as soon as we're done.
Okay.
If he's watching it, when you're watching this, Garrett and Katie, thank you very much. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So those will be headed your way probably tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm waiting on boxes so I can ship some stuff. So.
Okay. Well, the one thing about it never has been any different for me when I go to a pipe show. You're just like on cloud nine for a week after it because it's always the best experience. So give you an example. So on Wednesday before the show, Reed Robertson and Kelsey, his wife, are in Columbus house sitting, and he gets in his car and he drives all the way up here, spends a few hours to see my shop, and of course, we end up day drinking, and then he quit, in enough time to sober up so that he could drive home, and and then I saw them again. But it was, so nice of him to come up here and pay a visit. Brings me this jar of honey from home that they got local honey.
Oh, and, nice.
So he was having some of my Beaumont Supreme, so I gave him a nice jar of that to take home. He loves it. He's probably going to be calling me for more. And then I had, Craig Herzog was there, and Craig's been making resin, casting resin rods and that type of thing, making bottle stoppers, yes, pens, and come to find out, he's like a toy horse. He's got all these gizmos and stuff. So he bought a 3D printer.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows up with these discs that he 3D printed of my logo. Here's this one, and then this one, and this one. I did this one in release. I did this one as inset, and all these different permutations of my logo. And then
how cool is that?
Extremely. And so then Rich Epley, EP Pipes. Gosh, I can't remember when I asked him for a pipe rack.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a nice one from him, I think, right?
Yep, it's right over here over my left shoulder.
Yep, and Harrison Reeder's got a couple.
Yep.
He's got one that has a Willet bottle in it. It's built around a Willet bottle.
Ooh.
So I asked him to make one. I need one not for a surface, but to hang on a wall because I don't have the space to take up more surface. So he made a 28 slot pipe stand for me out of barrel staves.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two horizontal glass that go across at the bottom and the midpoint on the thing, and they both have the bung holes in them. And he says, I wanted to make sure that I included the bung holes for you. And but but it's got a battery powered LED lights around it. It's backlit. It's got my
Really?
logo. It's got my logo on it in a piece of plexiglass. It's backlit, and he worked with Craig Herzog to uh, engrave it. So there's like all this stuff going on behind the scenes. It's like for me, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, but anyway, these guys are just everybody in this community is just great.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I know you sold some pipes. Did you get some new customers out of the deal? Did you
Oh
meet
yeah,
some new people?
yeah. Met new customers. Met some people that ordered commissions who I've never met before, and finally
Nice.
got to meet them. Um, uh, Ryan, he's from Michigan. Made a His last name escapes me right now, but I made a Danish egg for him, and
Mm-hmm.
he came to the show to pick it up, and he hands me a 4 pint pack of Bell's IPA as a thank you gift for doing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
how can you not love it? You know?
excellent. Excellent. I
Yeah.
saw some of the YouTube celebrities were there. I know that Beans 316 was there. I saw
Right.
Mutton Chop Piper was there.
He was there. Yeah, and uh, Chad and Justin were there, and poor Chad. You know. Uh,
Oh, Nate and Justin.
Nate, why do I keep saying Chad? But
You
Nate
know.
and Justin. Yeah. So we were sitting outside, and the two Nates, Nate King was there, and Nate King represented pretty well, but he didn't put on a display that Nate Boland did. And so you'll have to talk to him about that. I won't spare the details, but it was well after lunch before he appeared Saturday. But so you came all the way over here to sleep?
So Friday
Poor
night,
guy.
what you're telling me is he tied a pretty good one on, huh?
Yeah, he took it for a test drive, and she gave it all she got. Oh man!
Oh, excellent.
But
So we'll have to give Nate a little crap. I know that
oh yeah,
Justin was supposed to leave early on Saturday because he was going to the Creed concert.
I gave him some
Which
shit about that.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Are there
yeah.
worse bands than Creed? Because I'm struggling to come up with a worse band
Well,
than Creed.
he told me the reason why he loves Creed. Did you hear the story? Okay,
I've heard the story
so
because
all right. So the moral of the story is his father was very conservative Baptist minister, something like that, and that denomination, I suppose, and he found his Creed tape in it came on in the radio, and his dad was giving him shit about the reason his car broke down was because God punished him for listening to Creed. And I'm thinking, your dad's right, dude.
your dad was
If God,
spot on, Nate.
if God
No,
punished him,
Justin.
he would punish for that. He's
Oh,
got a sense of humor, I'm sure, but that's asking a little much.
gee, that's kind of a stretch. And then, well, I have constantly given Justin a hard time about going to a Creed concert to begin with. But then to come to find out that the lead singer of Creed is going to play Frank Sinatra in a movie.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. One of the most legendary singers of all time is going to be portrayed by one of the worst singers of all time. I see the correlation there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's jealousy.
You
This
think?
guy, the singer from Creed's thinking, okay, this is my chance to take a shit on Frank Sinatra. And I can't get killed for it because all his buddies are dead.
Yeah. He's too far gone. Yeah. No chance of reprisals at this point. Oh.
No, right.
Yeah.
But
We
let's see. I had Joe Soda
yeah.
Pipes.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen the array of work that he had there. Man, that guy he's an artist. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
all the stuff that he makes.
Yeah. Now, was Eric Mills from EMC Custom Cobs
Yeah.
there?
You know what? And as a matter of fact, Eric was there, and we talked a while. He picked up a blowfish off of me.
Really?
And yeah, and it's sort of, it was like, man, what a compliment. That's sort of how I
Yeah.
feel about it. I mean, when, if you got a guy like Eric Mills who buy a pipe off of you, and then, tell you that it's like one of the best smokers he's got, that's saying something.
Wow.
Anyway, he's making a cob for me with some orange Yuma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. I do have two new pipes to talk about. One I got before I left Colorado, and one that I got just the other day. And one of them is from Eric Mills. In fact, I need to pull it off the rack, so hang on. Oh, excellent. So Eric was there. That's great. What other pipe makers there? I saw some pictures from the show. I know that Ron from Ron's Freehand was there.
Yep.
Who were your table mates? Who were next to you at the show?
Well, I didn't have anybody next to me. I had like a little slot along the wall. But I could see everybody like across the way. Kreml from Raw Crafted and Smoker's Haven. He was across the way from me.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Nogay was there, and he had a table.
Yeah. What did Mike have on his table?
I think
Iron Mike.
Pipes from his collection.
Oh, okay.
That he was done with, selling his own estate pipes, other ones, that kind of thing. And that is his wife, Robin, beautiful woman. She must be blind or very tolerant,
Well, I think Iron Mike has done well for himself in life. So
he was pretty good. I had not met him before, and he said, he's shaking my hand. He goes, "I thought you'd be taller, and maybe not so stubby." I said, "Well, I thought you'd have hair." What a disappointment.
Excellent. Yeah. So who else did you get to chat with for a little bit?
Oh man, let's see. Dan Reese was there.
Oh, okay. From Ohio Briar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Pathfinder Pipes was there with his wife and kids. They little kids.
Yeah. How's Austin doing? Is he doing well?
Really good. Yeah. He says he's doing well, and I think he had a good show too. He says he did. That's
okay.
Good.
Excellent.
Let's see. Jason Patrick showed up late on Friday night. He was making rounds to go pick up his kids at camp and was able to drive 8 hours out of his way to come visit the show for a couple of hours before he went off to New York to pick up his son. Harrison Reeder, as I think I mentioned, he was there. Tanner from Butterbone, Brian, I bought a small pipe off of him and had it today. Left it out in the shop, but it's a good smoker. Nice.
Nice.
I think who else down the Valiant Lady, she was there. Had a nice setup there. There was some. I was at the table. My brother was there, but he was off. He has affinity for beer, and there was a bar there, and so my help kept disappearing. So it's really, it's really kind of hard to get around to see everybody.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's sort of it. But it was a great show. They do a good job. Oh, and then there were a lot of guys there with tobacco, and some of it was, retail. I was trying to look for some of the brands that we talked about on the podcast with Mike.
Yeah.
had some notes. And, while I was away on vacation, I stopped at that, it's Smoking Pipes Brick and Mortar in Little River.
Yeah.
It's the Low Country Pipe and Cigar. And in fact, the guys from Smoking Pipes at the tables, like around the corner from me, along the wall. And I was talking to them, and the one guy that was at the table, can't remember his first name, but he works, actually his office is in that building, in the upstairs
Okay.
of that. So, anyway, I got some Stokkebye's Black Cavendish.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike's right. It's black as coal. Really good, though. Yeah, it's good stuff. And so what did I get? I got some, at the show, some Mac Baron's Navy Flake.
Mm-hmm.
I got some Orla Golden Slice. I hadn't had that yet. Yeah. And there was a guy was selling small 2-ounce, I think they're 3.5-ounce tins of Cornell and Deal. It was a Samara and Latakia.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a couple of tins of that. It was cheap. It was like $10 for 3.5 ounces. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got a couple of tins of that. And what else I got? I think that's about it on tobacco.
All right.
There was some stuff there that was I'm not paying that for. I was looking for the squadron leader, and I found a tin of it. But I'm not paying $150 for 2 ounces. No way.
No, it's a running line product. You can order it from every online retailer.
It was aged, but I'll buy my own, and maybe I got time.
I'll save myself the $140 and
take my chances.
Put it in the closet for a while and let it run.
Eat a few more salads. Maybe I'll make it. Sorry, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we got Vegas coming up next, so I got to get ready for that.
Yeah, that's in October. So
yeah, in September we're going to Yellowstone for 10 days. So
okay.
Time's going to be running then.
All right. So you're running off to the places on the earth that I left recently. So there you go.
Yeah. I was hoping to go see a tourist get gored.
I'm going to go pet the buffalo.
Here, give me your phone. I'll take the picture. Go on. A little closer. Back up.
Touch him on the head. Buffaloes love that.
Kiss them on the snout. Dogs love that.
Yeah, exactly. Have you heard of the term involuntary cartwheel? Good, because you're about to experience one.
Now you're going to feel some pressure.
Try to wave to the camera as you're doing your cartwheel,
Yeah. So anyway, so that's it, man. That's it.
Okay, just a fun show. Had a good time. Probably had a few drinks with Harrison and Richard, and
yeah, it was good.
Good. I saw our producer Ben was with you for a bit during the show.
He came up Friday night, and he was playing in a music festival on Saturday, so he couldn't come back. But yeah, and but yeah, that was fun. We sat out back and had a smoke and just relaxed. It was a beautiful night. For the first time in months, we had an evening that wasn't swelteringly hot.
Nice.
And it was probably 72 and, light breeze, that kind of thing. Perfect night to be outside.
Yeah.
And, not sweating your ass off.
Excellent.
So,
perfect.
And we got our power back on yesterday. That was good. Power was off.
Yeah, I'm sure Anita was thrilled to be back, not in the darkness.
No. Well, we had that. We got a generator, a natural gas generator.
Okay.
And I walked by it today, and there's a grate on the side of it where the exhaust port is.
Mm-hmm.
And the ground, there's a patch the size of a bushel basket opening on the ground that's just like, it's just parked, The ground, it was like it's all curled up like potato chips, So, yeah. Like,
Scorched
oh,
earth.
that will be the same for a while.
Yeah,
And I'm
no.
sure that when that air compressor went off, that engine was just ticking. You know?
Humming. That generator was humming.
Oh man. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we got here on Saturday and unloaded last Saturday, just in time for what the remnants of Hurricane Debbie to come ripping
Yeah.
through. We never lost
Right.
power. We got a mountain of rain, but it was a little bit of wind.
Yeah.
So I went to Houston, experienced Hurricane Beryl, moved to St. Augustine, get to experience Hurricane Debbie, and really, to be honest with you, Hurricane Debbie was a letdown. It was just
Yeah.
weak,
Yeah.
weak effort on her part.
Well, we got on Tuesday in a 2-hour period because the app Weather Underground, it puts
Mm-hmm.
all the data up, and it said in the prior 24-hour period. Well, it only rained for 2 hours in the last 24 hours. It said we got 2.65 inches of rain in
Oh,
that
good.
stretch of time. Yeah, that's a lot of water.
So a miserable wet summer to begin with, and you got a bonus 2 and 3/4 inches of rain.
Right,
Perfect.
right. Yeah, yep. Yeah, we
Perfect.
love standing water around here.
I enjoy wet shoes more than most
Oh,
people
me
do.
too. Me too. I got home. I was gone for a day and a half, and my shoes finally dried up. I put them on and all stiff. And, you know,
Yeah, get to go to the doctor. What have I got, doc? It's trench foot. Have you been serving? No,
no.
I just live in Ohio. I'm fine.
Oh God, I know that. Walking the dog back to those fields and stuff. He loves it, and uh, but you're just soaked from the knees down. You know,
Yeah.
all the way through. And he's got to go twice a day, so your shoes never get a chance to dry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yick.
I could wear muck boots, that are like over the calf,
Yeah.
called neoprene boots. When it's
Yeah.
85 degrees outside, I ain't put my feet in those things. You never get them off. It could be a vacuum.
Yeah. And then neoprene always makes your feet smell great when you're done with
I
a
know.
little bit of walking. Yeah. Oh, look, I have
Not a
2
lot.
ass cheeks on the end of my feet. That's perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we do have 2 pipes from MBST Pipes that we showed off on episode 46. Mitchell and Sarah have just been as gracious and wonderful as they can be to us. And, we need to come up with a contest for that. So if anybody has an idea for a contest, hit us
Yeah.
up. We've got a Vaughn new old stock and a brand new Rossi poker. Fantastic pipes. They're actually in the closet. I can't get them right now because stuff will fall out and it'll just be a calamity. But we do need to have a contest to get some more pipes into folks' hands, courtesy of MBSD Pipes. So, Mitchell and Sarah, thank you so much. We always appreciate everything you guys do. And
Yeah. And Mitchell and Sarah were both at the show. I didn't mention that.
did you get to say hi? Talk to them a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Sarah's such a sweet lady. And they had to leave a little bit early,
Mm-hmm.
kids and whatnot, But
Yeah.
they were both there. And I'm going to be doing. Mitchell's got those meerschaums with the tenon meerschaum.
Yeah.
With the briar.
Yeah,
mortise.
the Briar 10. Yeah, at the end of the
Yep.
stummel. Yeah.
Yep.
I have one of those.
Yeah. Well, they come with those precast bits, stems.
Yeah.
And so he's asked me to do a trial run on a few of those by making custom stems
Yeah.
for the meerschaum pipe. And so there's going to be a few of those that are going to be showing up on their website the next few weeks.
Oh, nice.
Kind of an exciting thing, different,
Well, I was talking. So my son-in-law came for dinner tonight, and he said, can I, smell some of the tobacco? And I just let him pull jars out of the rack and, which one do you like? And he really liked, he came over Saturday to help me. He says, I really like this one. It's Louisiana Midnight. He says, I want to try it. So I wanted my son-in-law to have his first pipe in a billiard, because I just think that's one of the easier pipes to smoke. And you should recognize this billiard because you're the one that made the stem for it. So, and he absolutely loved. He goes, it's really wild. I've had cigars, but this is just a completely different experience. I said, yeah, smoking a pipe is way different than a cigar. And he absolutely loved it. So he wants to get his own pipes, and he knows this guy that makes tobacco, so we'll make him some custom tobacco blends, and life will move on.
Yep. Well, you got a smoking buddy, and he lives right in the same.
Yeah, right down the street. Yeah.
Yeah, can't beat that.
No, and it was nice we went to mass with him this morning, so we got. Diane and I got to go to mass with daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter, and that was great. And she actually does the sign language for the hearing impaired. That's her chosen calling in life and her vocation. And she volunteers and does the mass. Now, this wasn't her weekend to be on. They have a couple of people to do it, but in 2 weeks she'll be on doing, and we'll go watch her.
Signing the mass.
Yeah.
Great. And before I forget, talking about contests, Austin would like to partner with us again for Veterans Day to do a pipe giveaway. He'd like to donate a pipe.
Well, let's see what is the date for Veterans Day. Veterans Day is on. Well, tell us when. Veterans Day 2024. And we are going to observe it. It's Monday, November 11th.
Okay.
So we'll have him on Sunday night, the 10th. So we'll schedule that with.
Sounds good.
With Austin, and we'll kind of go from there and see what. And maybe we'll hang on to, and we'll do 3 pipes, because we've got the 2 from Mitchell and Sarah, and we'll have a pipe from Austin at Pathfinder Pipes, and I think that was one of our just highlight episodes. And by the way,
and I'll probably put one in too.
Okay.
We'll beef it up. It'd be nice.
Yeah. And I'll throw in some tobacco, and life will be good.
Okay.
There you go. By the way, you were talking about how great Sarah is. She's our #1 episode. It's not close.
I know. It's crazy.
We've gotten 1,200 views on that video with Sarah. So we might as well do is just turn over pipe and tobacco to Sarah and let her talk to people.
That episode is a palate cleanser, because they'll watch a couple of ours and they're like, and they'll go back and they'll go, that looks nice. And then watch it and they'll get so much better. Now I can go on,
Some of our earlier episodes, a little clunky at times. We struggle a little bit.
Great. Stacy Meagherin was at the show too. Got to meet, talk to her.
Yep, she was a wonderful guest too. In fact, she did the she engraved. So I've got my Emerson Southern Forged Zippo, which I'm holding up in front of the camera now, and I sent one to Ben, our producer.
Yep.
So he's got one, and now that might be something I do, as an add-on at some point. So
he's making bags for me for Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Pipe bags for the Vegas show.
Yeah, have some nice bags to hand out with pipes.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Words a little.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. So we've got an episode coming up. We'll have Chad on. We haven't had Horsebone on. We still need to get Blake Pipes on.
Right.
We still need to reschedule Jack Ryan Pipes and Lone Star Briar. And there was one other pipe maker we were going to have on, and he got sick. And
Yeah.
You know, try not to schedule things too far in advance because you and I don't think that far ahead, Tim.
Well, yeah, I mean, life happens,
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff gets in the way. So I did get to drive across country and saw some amazing places. So I got to drive the entire width of Kansas. And my son goes, "Is this where they grow corn?" Yes, all of the corn. It is in Kansas.
Right. Oh, that's why I can't see nothing but corn.
200 miles, and it's very pretty. You know, I like the more desolate places, you know, where there's not a lot of towns and people.
Yeah.
And 70 cutting across Kansas was just a wonderful drive. I really enjoyed getting to see Kansas. The corn was, you know, almost full grown at this point. Ears were popping up all over. It just, you know, kind of wonderful that there's still a place in the world where people, you know, work with their hands and work the land. And, you know, I
Yeah.
admire farmers a great deal. And, you know, it keeps Missouri Mersham going. So, you know.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Yeah. What I think is really pretty, yeah, it's been harvested combine now. It gets ripe in June. Is wheat. They
Oh,
plant the
yeah.
wheat in November or something like that. And around here, um, we've got a couple of farmers that they're all in the, you know, 3 to 6,000 acre
Yeah.
size farm. Everywhere you look, either beans or corn or wheat, and
Yeah.
kind of nice, you know.
Yeah. And we got to go through Missouri. And then we got
Now, did
a
you get
short.
to the Grand Hollow Spring?
No, no, we didn't
Oh,
stop at the world's second largest ball of twine. Um,
God.
yeah. But we did get to drive through a small corner of Illinois, and the trash bags in the trees were in full bloom. It's the
Oh, yeah.
strangest phenomenon. You know,
Weird.
just driving through parts of Illinois, there's just trash bags and trees, and it's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just
Didn't
rippling in the
say
breeze. You know, you get
race.
the gray Walmart bags, the white and red
Right.
Target bags. It's a
Right.
wide variety of colors. So
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
And then
And the
cut
people in California say we don't want to have that in our state. We'd rather it be a different kind of shithole.
we'd rather have people shooting heroin and dropping
Right.
turds on our streets rather than
Right.
trash bags and trees.
Exactly. Exactly. No drugstores because people go in and break everything off the shelves into trash bags. That's our kind of town.
Looting. What season is it in California? Looting. It's always looting season.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And then
There was the roadside attractions. You ever hear that song about the on? I think it's on I-71, just south of Cincinnati. It burned down, but it was one of these mega churches, and it
mm-hmm.
had this supposed to be this statue or sculpture. It was like 2 stories high, and it was supposed to be Jesus. And it was like chest high coming out of the ground doing this, and it was yelling. And they called it Big Butter Jesus. And they like down Jesus. They had a fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
and I guess
There
the
you
thing
go.
burned to the ground.
Goalpost Jesus coming out of the ground. Uh, yeah. So there were multiple attractions in Kansas that had closed down as we were driving through. There was the C7 States, and it was like a lighthouse, like a 2-story lighthouse. And you could apparently, when it was open, you could climb up and see 7 states. You know,
See my house from here. Yeah.
and I'm thinking, okay, so you
St. Augustine, Florida. See it.
can right from here. Yeah,
Hey,
and
Eddie,
yeah, we got to drive through Kentucky. We stopped in Paducah, Kentucky, and got some gas there. Just, you know, thrilled to be back in the South, and then cut across and Tennessee and Georgia, and just, you know, it was beautiful. You know, get to drive through the Smoky Mountains is always something spectacular, and The views are impressive. And then,
Did you see any of the towns that they mentioned in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Like Yazoo?
no, we did. We stopped.
Piggly Wiggly and Yazoo.
No, I was not a man of constant sorrow. So,
Stop at a Buc-ee's?
we did. We stopped at a
All
Buc-ee's,
right.
and there's a Buc-ee's here in St. Augustine. That's about
Is there
just,
really?
yeah, right up the road. So,
You gotta
which is
get you
pretty
a
cool.
hat and a big mug. Like the thermos cooler.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Buc-ee's sticker the next time I go in for my my sticker pegboard and get that on there. But St. Augustine, they've got a Bass Pro Shop going in. So at the corner of World Gulf Parkway and 95, they've got a Buc-ee's, a Costco, a Bass Pro, and a Target coming in. So Bass Pro's under construction. Target is a little closer to being open, but it's like, wow, here we are.
Yeah. Well, that means there's a lot of people coming.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people moving to Florida. First off, the weather's great, all year round. I mean,
Well,
ignore her.
in the northern part of the state, you don't get it gets hot there, but it's not like in South Florida.
Oh no, it's not like Miami or the Keys, or
Right.
And we're on the St. Augustine's on the Atlantic side. We really don't get a ton of hurricane action here. It kind of bypasses St. Augustine for the most part. So
Right.
And it's fun. I am Florida man.
Yep. You're Seminole.
Well, I am here in the Gator State, and we've got a little pond out behind the house in the subdivision, which is a fairly common
Good. Don't let the
feature.
dog out.
Oh no, Cooper is not a water dog, so that's not his.
But alligators are water dogs.
yeah. They actually they have a service that comes around. If anybody spots one, they'll come get it out of the pond. So
okay.
Yeah,
We were
we're
at a
not
thing one
feeding
time
pets.
when
We're not feeding pets to the gators.
Oh yeah. One of these jungle guys had an alligator and a crocodile, and said, the difference between an alligator and a crocodile is one has a certain number of teeth and the other has a different number. And it only took like 600 Seminoles to figure that out.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
There you go. So, but yeah, it has been a hectic week. Like I said, we left Colorado Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, so 2 weeks ago, day after tomorrow. The movers were late. Supposed to come pick us up Saturday, didn't come Saturday. Supposed to pick us up Sunday, didn't come Sunday. Supposed to pick us up Monday, showed up Monday at 3:00 in the smallest moving vehicle. It was like they got a small U-Haul. Couldn't get it all packed Monday from 3, and I was at the house till 1:00 in the morning with them. Had to come back Tuesday. Finally got done Tuesday at like 3:00. And we drove. We got into Kansas Tuesday night. Made it to Missouri Wednesday. Got to Georgia Thursday. Made it to St. Augustine on Friday. Mover showed up first thing Saturday morning, got us unpacked, and then we spent the last 6 days getting unpacked. The house is set up, but I'm not back to blending yet. So I've got another probably half a day to get everything set up to be back to blending. But sorry, guys, it's just
What's the tobacco tax in Florida?
None.
Okay.
No tax.
None versus what was it? 35%?
62.5 in Colorado. Yeah, so I'm going to win some awards from smoking pipes here coming up pretty quick because I need to replenish the 100 jars that are missing, and just kind of enjoy life.
Yeah,
great. Enjoy life. So, did you make any new pipes this past week, or with the power out, you probably didn't get to do a whole lot.
Everything was caught up the end of last week, and I had a couple of commissions I needed to finish up that I did on Monday and Tuesday. With the power out, though, I was still able to work because it's a generator. But every time it was so hot, every time the air kits would go on, all the lights would go brown. You know, we're getting a new refrigerator here pretty soon. You know, probably the compressor shot. But anyway, no. Beyond that, nothing. Now I think I brought home 8 pipes, something like that.
Yeah. And well, you have to show those off next episode.
What's that?
You'll have to show those off next episode.
Yeah, I will. And the car, I have to get stuff still in the car. Packed in the car. But so you know, I've got to get pipes made for. I've got commissions to make, and some pipes I got to start chipping away on the product for Vegas.
All right. And I think you told me you sold 9 pipes at the show, so a good show for you.
Yeah, it was great show.
Yeah. So which ones did you sell? You sold a blowfish to Eric.
Yeah, blowfish. Oh gosh, there was one gentleman that bought 2, a small brandy and a cherry wood shake. All those. I think I took 3 of the tulip shake pipes. You know, and all 3 of those sold.
Yeah.
The rest were eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that Tim Wiggins bought a pipe from me.
Oh, nice.
Great guy. And yeah, it's just a good show. Had a good time. Always have a good time.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a bad one.
No. It's, and I'm sorry, I couldn't send you anything. It was just that the timing was terrible. So
yeah, no problem.
Oh.
Yeah, but you were asked about quite often. Where's Jim? I'm like, hey, come on, it's not my week to watch him. He ran off to Florida. Last I saw him, he was in a U-Haul van going to Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one of these days, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping.
There's a show. I think next month in Richmond, Virginia.
Yep, that's the Sutliff show.
Yeah, and so you know that one. If they do that again next year, it'll be in your backyard, kind of.
Yep, that'll be part of the world.
The Smitty's they do down in Georgia. That's south of Atlanta, I think.
Yeah, Smitty's and MBSD pipes are, I don't know, 6 hours away. So
yeah,
fairly close.
So yeah, so if you get settled in and you get that job on ball bearings, you'll be able to start making some shows.
Yeah. Yep. But I am tired. It has been work. You don't realize how much stuff you have until you have to touch all of it. It does. It does. So,
I mean, when it's time to leave here, I'm doing this, and I'm going to set the house on fire. I'm going to go out like a Viking. Maybe I got to set it on fire and then do this. Yeah, that's probably the order.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot myself and then set everything on fire. Yeah, it's like that old joke. Yeah. What are you laughing about? You're next. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
The 2 guys get called in. Apply for a job at the FBI. And they both get a call from the FBI and come in and bring your wives. So they show up at the FBI and they lead them both into this room with their wives. And the director of the FBI comes into this room. And there's a couple of doors in the room. And he meets all 4 of them and says, I've got good news. And he says, you both have scored the highest on the entrance exam, but we only have a spot for one. And so we have a little bit of a test we're going to do, sort of like we got to draw, and I got to figure out who is going to be the one that we're going to choose. So what I like to do is ask the wives to go one into that room and one go into that. And the guy looks at the man and says, "All right, so here's the deal. Can't take both of you, only one. Because here's a pistol. You go in the room. Here's a pistol for you. You go in the room." And he says, "The one that can shoot his wife gets the job." So they both go in the room, and in room one, the guy's in there for a while. Pretty soon he comes out, he's just covered with sweat. So then, like a eruption in that other room, screaming and hollering and kicking and everything. Sounds terrible. Bang, 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 more fighting and scuffling and everything. And the guy comes out and his clothes are all ripped. His face is torn. He says, What in God's name happened? He goes, "Some asshole put blanks in his gun. I had to strangle that bitch."
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Yep. Yeah. I don't want to do that test, Here, honey, here's a gun. If you can shoot me, you get the job. I would look perforated.
Right.
I'm gonna need another mag. He's still twitching.
How many times do I get to shoot him?
Exactly. So,
Buddy?
I do want to talk about. So I've got a new pipe from Eric.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's it's another one of his briar pipes. It is a copper stummel and the green Waterford stem, which I love from him.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic smoker, great pipe. Just love it. So thank you to Eric. I appreciate that. And then Egg Roll Piper, who I did a couple of blends for, and we talked about in one of the previous shows, had actually hooked up with Glenn Tensky and had a custom made pipe, and the pipe was the Egg Roll Piper pipe. It's a kind of a bent sitter, and I got one in the Naked Tensky.
Nice.
And this one he had this new like brownish color stem material, which really doesn't show up well in the video, but it's really it's really a nice color pattern. And again, Glenn makes some great smoking pipes, and that's what's new in my collection this week. So new pipe from EMC Custom Cobs and a new pipe from Glenn Tensky at Tensky Pipes. So
what a new when we went on vacation, I went to smoking pipe. I bought a 7 LA down there. Good smoking.
Yeah, I like the Italians. I think if you're going to buy a production pipe, I really don't think you can go wrong with Savinelli's. I think they're excellent. Yeah. So, well, that's kind of all we've got. Next week for episode 48, I will actually be traveling to Houston, so we'll have to record on Monday night. And we'll try to get Katie and Garrett on from Smoke Snacks. And
it'd be good to see them. And also make sure to send him a note thanking him for the pro in that class. That's really cool. That's a really nice engraving too.
Yeah, it really is. It's just sharp. It's yeah. I even saw you wearing a PapaBear's pipe shirt in some of the pictures that folks sent me.
I don't know if Anita bought me that or the kids got me that. But it's that logo with the permanent green glasses on it.
Yep.
Pretty nice, yeah.
Excellent.
Stand up, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna post a picture of a pipe stand when I get it mounted in the shop. Loaded and everything. Turn the lights on.
Yeah, please
And
do. I'd love
yeah,
to see it because I love Richard's pipe stands. I think they're just
yeah,
fantastic.
it's
So
great. And he didn't want paid for it. He wants me to make him a calabash. So I'm
oh,
going to make him a nice calabash. Get some ideas
nice,
for him to
nice,
fit with.
nice,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah. Good seeing you. I'm glad you're home.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nice to be here. So
Yeah. Good.
y'all have a
Family
great
next
week,
to you. That makes it
huh?
worth it. With
Yeah,
family next to you. That's yeah. Doesn't get better than that.
no, not at all. So just it's wonderful, to actually get to be, someplace that I really want to be. I met some wonderful people in Colorado, but just Colorado's not for me. It's not.
When you get grandkids that'll do to you what my grandson, my he's 8 years old. Um, I was at my daughter's house, and he comes in the room and he says, "He had an Oreo cookie." So what was that? He goes, "It's an Oreo cookie. It's for you." I said, "No, I'm good." He goes, "No," he said, "I got it for you." Oh, nice little boy. I take it, put it in my mouth. He had opened it up and put Tabasco sauce in it. Oh, he gave me a hot one.
ah, you
Nice to
you're
see that
going
I'm
to
rubbing
learn.
off on him.
Yeah,
You know,
you're about to learn that our generation believes in corporal punishment, and I'm going to wear something out on you, young man.
hey, I'm kind of proud of you. It
Yeah.
was a shitty move. Something I would do.
Looks like one of us gets to sleep out in the chicken coop tonight, and I think that someone is you, grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for the first time, and I can't remember how long, we had the kids over for Sunday night dinner. Did
That's just great.
a pot roast in a cast iron Dutch oven, and
Yeah. Yeah, that Dutch oven's great, isn't it?
oh
Oh, man.
yeah, Diane goes, "Do we need knives?" No,
No, you won't need knife for that. No.
no, no. Little potatoes, little carrots, side of green beans, and
I did a
at
pork
my
shoulder in there. Rubbed it,
oh
dry rubbed
yeah,
it. Man, I'm telling you what, that was something.
yeah. The just cast iron is the way to cook. If you're gonna cook,
Yeah.
if you're gonna learn how to cook in cast iron. It's just
Yeah.
better.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah,
Low and slow. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, 285 for about 4.5 hours, and it was
Mm-hmm. Just set it and forget it too. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
man,
Just
those potatoes come out dark. And like caramelized,
yeah.
carrots caramelized. Onions. Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, oh, yep.
Yeah. Did you eat too much for dinner, Jim? Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Well, we need tin foil and a dish to put this away. So, no. I'm putting it away right now.
Yeah. The storage container is me. I am the
Right,
storage
right,
container.
right. You look at the plate and going, everybody, say hello to my next bowel movement.
Grandpa's going to have to run down to the gas station with a handicap stall with the handles on the wall.
Right, brace yourself, dear.
Yeah.
Oh
And
God.
my son-in-law, when we stayed at his house Friday night before the movers came, and he had this uh it was a flavored whiskey, and I don't remember which one it was. I think it was one of the Crown Royal. I think it was Crown Royal Apple, and we had
Oh
some
yeah.
of that. And he said, the one I really like and I'm having a hard time finding is caramel Crown Royal. And I'm like, salted
Really?
caramel. All right. So I went to a couple liquor stores and I found a Ballanton whiskey that was caramel, the turtles, the caramel
Yeah.
turtles. Oh, that's dangerous stuff.
Really good.
That bottle didn't make
Okay.
it through the day. So
Yeah, it's dessert.
yeah, well, we were drinking early today, so no
Yeah.
problem
Oh,
there.
good. Yeah.
Yep. And picked up a bottle of Four Roses, trying to introduce him to, some better whiskeys. And I had
Yeah.
a little Four Roses and then a big meal. And now I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Here
Life
we
is
are.
good.
Life's good. And we're up to 432 subscribers this morning. Oh, yeah.
And they all say,
We did get a very nice letter this morning. I meant to read comments. So before we shut off, so our mutual friend Duncan sent us a note. Morning, guys. Just a quick let you know, a quick note to let you know that you are missed. I listen on Spotify, and despite having notifications, I find myself checking daily to see if you upload anything. I fear the influence of a bland and intrusive world affecting me without your weekly health warning and humor protecting me. Hope you were both well, Duncan. So thank you, Duncan. And we do have some comments from our last couple of episodes. So let me pull those up right quick. Pipe and tobacco talk. So well, I really need to do this from someplace else. All right, so let's switch. Hang on a minute. I got to switch my account to Pipe and Tobacco Talk. 432 subscribers. Your channel history. Watch later. I don't want to do any of that. I want to manage my videos. Look at this, Tim. Normally I print this stuff out. So
yeah, me too. You move across country and you can't even get this organized.
Yeah, I know. Well,
read them next week.
Yeah, next week I'll be in Houston, so it'll be a little worse. So, so I'm going in order of the newest. This is Fred. Excellent discussion on Jim's blend and blending. Thank you, Fred. And then Fred commented again on the episode 44 with Jay Furman. Amazing discussions. Jay is an amazing guest. Kudos to the Doctor of Pipes. 50 tins of Escudo in a box in a closet. Outstanding video. Keep up the great work. A wealth of knowledge. Great meeting. So that was nice. Rush Henry commented. Rum River from Boswell's in PA is one of his favorites. Great show. Nice. And then Fred commented again. This is Fred commenting on video 45. Great video. Enjoyed your recommendations and smoke a few of the blends you smoke. A great conversation with Mike. Safe travels. So, yeah. And then at Noah's house. Okay, I think the AI stuff is in the beginning should be all sayings on T-shirts. So this is going back to episode 45 when we did the AI stuff. Pipe and Tobacco Talk says, Tim, you guys will enjoy Brewdog. Very cool place. Sounds like some excellent blends coming out, Jim. All right. Then Noah had another comment. Great show. I can't get enough of the nuts and bolts of pipe tobacco, leaf variety styles, processes. Just interesting as hell to me. All right. Did you get to meet Willie Lee at the pipe show?
Who?
Willie Lee. Willie Lee.
So, hang on. Stop. The dog wants its treat.
Well, of course. You held it in your lap for a while, Tim. Come on. That's how that works.
Okay. Yes, I did.
Oh, excellent. He commented on episode 46. An awesome podcast as always. I really enjoyed the content. Thank you for the conversation with different people. Good luck and safe move to Florida. Well, thank you. We made it here safely. User CW3DF8SI1W. That's kind of a mouthful. Captain Black was the only tobacco we ever smoked. When I started smoking a pipe, that was the only blend I would smoke for just over 25 years. For the past 8 years, I've been enjoying many blends by Sutliff Bulk. This year, I've been turning into a tin man. Have tried about 15 to 20. Have now enjoyed Tobacco and Plug, Flake and Cake, Coins and Rope in the near future. Great show. God bless. So thank you very much.
Hey, you want to take a second? I want to shoot the dog.
Yeah, sure. We're hoping that we can have the ASPCA come on, and play us the Sarah McLachlan song while Tim runs a 45 through the puppy.
Let me get the camera. Ready?
There we go. We'll add that. I'm sure we'll get hate email from Alan. Oh sure.
Now buddies up there like, don't shoot her. Don't shoot her again.
Classic. Oh, but other than that, that's all I got, Tim. And we'll.
I'm getting chased out of here by these guys.
All right.
Like,
well,
bugging the shit out of me.
Yeah. Well, everyone have a great week. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll talk to you for episode 48 coming up.
48. Wow. Yeah. Man, I can't believe it's coming to one of you.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
I know it.
Well, good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right. Knock it off. Dude.